Good morning, everyone. Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Chalo, shall we begin? Yes. Today we have an agenda of discussing a very important topic of permutation combination, sub part of it, not the complete part. So the topic is distribution, percentage of permutation combination का बहुत important portion है distribution. We get questions from distribution more often than not. Fine. So and we should have the clarity of it because application based topic can be applied in so many other topics as well. Fine. So this is what it is. So shall we start? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Manish. Good morning, Rahul. Good morning, everyone. Chalo. This is first thing which I would like to discuss. We are launching a very short duration LRDI course in which we'll be discussing around 100 top quality sets. LRDI में जनरली लोग struggle करते हैं तो because of it we have launched this small course, capsule course we would say. 100 sets including the video explanation, everything will be provided to you guys. Fine. And many sets I have already recorded in this particular session. Fine. Link is given in the description. You can buy that course if you want to. Fine. I would recommend, but it's not a very expensive course. You can see that. So please, those who are not enrolled with Rodha, they can buy this course if they wish to. Okay, for the further enhancement of their skill sets in LRDI. Okay, fine. Good morning everybody. चलो शुरू करते हैं. This is the first question we have. कोशिश मैं करूँगा कि जो एक्चुअली कैट में आने लायक क्वेश्चन है वही डिस्कस कर लिए जाएं सारे, है ना. बहुत लेंदी, बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वेश्चंस पर मैं नहीं जाऊँगा, टाइम हमारे पास काफ़ी कम होता है. बट स्टिल आई हैव सिलेक्टेड दोज क्वेश्चंस विच आर नॉट वेरी इजी, that will clear all the concepts which are needed to be cleared. Okay, एक बार इसको देखते हैं. How do we approach it? This question number 1. Just give it a try and try to answer the question. In how many ways 5 different balls can be distributed among 3 boxes, 3 different boxes, not boxes, 3 different boxes, such that exactly one box contain exactly one ball? Okay. अमीशा बेटा एक बार थोड़ा और सोचो. $238. Okay. Okay. But set theory के नाम से कोई question will not get an exam. They ask questions based on the application of topics. मतलब Venn diagram is the kind of question which you get in LRDI section. And Quant में अगर कोई आता है तो कोई छोटा question आता है, singlet होता है वो. It's not a combination of questions. So वो maximum minimum भी हो सकता है, वो normal Venn diagram का भी question हो सकता है. Z में generally अगर आप देखोगे तो Quant के section में पहले 3 variable के Venn diagram के question आए, singlet होते हैं वो. मतलब उसमें multiple layer के questions नहीं होंगे, but question बहुत बड़ा भी नहीं होगा. Okay. Okay, Naman? 35. Now look at the answers. We are getting all variety of answers. Fine. I mean, some of our the answers are way too big. Some of the answers are very small. Farhan, you can, at least have the basic clarity of PNC and everything. Fine. Because if you get the question which is solvable and during the exam, you can easily solve the question. That's what I discussed yesterday as well. You should not be completely blank with any particular topic, because in that case, what will happen even if the question is very easy, you'll not be able to interpret and not be able to solve, which is a loss. So I would recommend that at least every topic should be done in such a fashion that if I'm getting an easy question, I should be able to interpret and get the answer. At least हमें ये तो पता होना चाहिए कि हमें नहीं करना है question. चलो, I got multiple answers. Let's understand the question is asking for what. There are 5 different balls distributed among 3 different boxes such that exactly one box contain exactly one ball. So let's say this is box 1, this is box 2, this is box 3. Is this possible? If I say 3, 1, 1, is this possible? Tell me yes or no. Is this possible? 3, 1, 1. Is this possible? Is this possible? 2, 2, 1 in fact. Yes or no? Is this possible? Last one is possible? This is not possible. The question is saying exactly one box contain exactly one ball. So this is not possible. There are 2 boxes which are having one ball. Fine. There are how many boxes? 1 box which is having one ball. That is perfectly alright. This will do. And this will do also. Yes or no? With it, your answer seems correct. Let me check if it is correct or incorrect. Just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, 2 minutes में हम आंसर निकाल लेते हैं. Do you agree with this, guys? Last 2 cases are possible? Yes or no? Because there is exactly one box having exactly one ball. There should not be 2 boxes which are having one ball. Fine. Box can be empty. Doesn't matter. Box खाली है कि भरा हुआ है. That only means that there should be a box which is having exactly one ball. It doesn't matter 1, 2, 2 or 2, 1, 1 or 2, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 2. It doesn't matter. We'll arrange them later on. Fine. This is the possibility. Yes or no? So we'll do grouping and distribution in such a fashion. What should we do? इसको लिखने के 2 रास्ते होते हैं. What I will suggest, 5C2 into 3C2 into 1C1 divide by the groups which are having identical size. There are 2 groups which are having identical size. Size of the group is not important. How many groups are having same size? उनका order नहीं होना चाहिए. So that is divided by 2 factorial. This is just of making of groups. And now I want to make these groups distributed in 3 boxes, so that can be done in 3 factorial ways. Yes. इसी को लिखने का एक और तरीका होता है 5 factorial. Do you agree with this? Yes or no? 2 factorial square into 1 factorial. Fine. Now there are 2 groups which are of identical size, so divided by 2 factorial. Because of the size of group being same, this is because 2 groups of same size. That's why dividing by 2 factorial. ये 2 factorial भी इसी वजह से डिवाइड किया गया है क्योंकि 2 ग्रुप ऐसे हैं जिनका साइज सेम है, उनके साइज का कोई इसमें इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है. That is 3 factorial. So what will be the value of this? This is 120. Fine. Into 6 divide by 8. 15. Do you agree with this? That will make it 90. Yes or no? Please guys reply. So this is the first scenario. You can write it this way or that way. That doesn't matter. For me, it's little not very much comfortable. मतलब for the students, I would recommend you to like this. इसमें calculation के mistake होने के chances काफी कम है ना? What I did, 5 में से 2 का group बनाया, फिर मैंने 3 में से 2 का group बनाया. Then I selected 1 group out of 1. Now I need to find out how many groups are having same size. There are 2 groups which are having same size, so I divided by 2 factorial. and this groups making will be distributed among 3 people into how many ways, or 3 different boxes into how many ways, 3 factorial ways. Okay. Now the last case will automatically follow the suit. You understood what is to be done in this particular case. So there are 5 balls, 5C4, then 1C1, then 0C0. I'm writing 0C0, no need to write, it is 1. But I'm writing just because we have to understand what is happening here. Divided by nothing. कुछ है नहीं divide करने के लिए. I divide with the number or factorial of that number which are which are the groups having same size. So let's say if 3 groups are having same size, we'll divide 3 factorial. If there are 3 groups of like this and 2 groups like this, we'll divide 3 factorial and 2 factorial, something like this. Okay. So number of groups having same size should be divided by that factorial, because order of making groups is not important. So I do not divide with anything, and this multiplied by 3 factorial. Yes or no? Good morning, Shiva. So this will come out to be 5. C4 is 5 into 3 factorial, which is 6. That will make it. Tell me. 5C4. Yes, 30. बिल्कुल. Good morning, Shivam. Is that okay or not? 5C4 into 1C1 into 0C0 into 3 factorial. तो है तो exactly 1 box in 1 box. Not each box. Pradeep, the question is not saying that 1 ball in each box. The question is saying 1 ball in 1 box. बाकी distribution का कोई मतलब नहीं है. है ना? That's why we are not taking this case. The question is saying 1 ball in 1 box. Yes, there are 3 boxes given in the question, but Asha, you have to understand, beta. There is no way I can distribute such that there are 2 boxes which are having 1 balls. Why? Because question is saying exactly 1 box contain exactly 1 ball. I do not distribute these balls in a fashion that every box should have a ball. Box can be empty. It is not mentioned that no box is empty. Okay. So what is my answer in this case? Tell me. 90 in the first case. 30 in the second case. What is my answer? $120. Do you agree, guys? Please reply. Please, guys, reply promptly, because if you reply promptly, then I'll be able to move to the next question. Yes. So what I did, just quickly review the question, what I have done. Yes. There are 3 boxes. I want to distribute these 5 balls. The question is saying exactly 1 box contain exactly 1 ball. So 1 box should be there which is having 1 ball. In this case, there is this box B2 which is having 1 ball. In this case, there again box B2 which is having 1 ball. Remaining balls can be distributed in either way. So it cannot be the case because there are 2 boxes which are having 1 ball. So it's not the case possible. इसमें भी 1 ball है, इसमें भी 1 ball है. As per the question, exactly 1 box should have exactly 1 ball. Fine. So I made grouping for 5C2, 2 balls selected out of 5, 3C2, 2 balls selected out of 5, and 1C1 divided by 2 factorial because there are 2 groups which are having same size. Multiplied by 3 factorial because I want to distribute the groups which I just made into 3 boxes which are different. Okay. Or I can write this way as well. This is one of the same way for writing it. Now here I am going to say that 5 balls में से 4 balls I am going to put into 1 box, which is 5C4, because the boxes are different and balls are different. We have to select the balls. Then 1 ball will be distributed in the 1 box and 0 ball will be given to the other box. Which box will be empty? I don't know. So I have to distribute these 3 groups which I just made into 3 boxes into 3 factorial ways. Okay. पर्पस इस चीज का बेटा ये है कि हमारा आंसर सही आना चाहिए. ओके. आई वुड हैव गिवन यू स्लाइटली हायर नंबर बॉल्स, तो केसेस तो बनाने ही पड़ते हैं. इट्स बेटर टू मेक केसेस, क्योंकि ये सब लिखने में ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा. दिस सिंपली कैन बी डन. Man, 3C2 is because I wanted to select 3C2 is done because I wanted to select 2 items out of the 5 remaining 3 items. I have already selected 2 items out of 5. I've left with 3 items. I want to select 2 items out of 5 items or 3 items. 2 more items. Now I'm left with 1 item. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. Chalo. Is that okay? Shall we move ahead? Good. Question number 2. In how many different ways or how many ways 8 different chocolates can be distributed among 8 kids such that each kid will get at least 1 chocolate? Okay. This topic is slightly, the topic which generally people do not favor it for some reason, but you get questions from it, and if you have the clarity of it, I can promise you questions are not going to take too much of time to get solved, है ना? तो क्लैरिटी के लिए टॉपिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इसमें आपको क्लैरिटी जितनी ज़्यादा हो उतना ज़्यादा आपको टाइम कम लगेगा पेपर में सॉल्व करने में क्वेश्चन. अरुण बेटा 21 तो नहीं आएगा आंसर. 21 is a very 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 small number. I can guarantee you 3-4 हज़ार के आसपास आंसर आएगा. Different है बेटा. 7-8 different chocolates, not the identical chocolates. Don't be under the impression of the question which you have already solved. Just read the question properly. है ना? This is what happens when we solve questions. We try to correlate or draw some correlation with the question जो हम solve कर चुके हैं. And then in that case वो आंसर गलत हो जाता है. Chocolates are different, not the identical chocolates. Adil is correct. I guess Adil का आंसर सही है. Very good Adil. Let everybody answer it. संजय इट्स ओके बेटा. इट डजंट मैटर. सी घर पे होना नहीं होना मतलब एग्जाम में इफ यू गेट स्लाइटली moderate difficulty level question, you can easily solve it. Am I right? You can easily solve it, but you should have the clarity of it. But हमारे पास option होना चाहिए ना. If I'm getting, that's what I told you. If I get an easy question, I should be able to solve it. I cannot be good with everything. I should be okay with most of the things and should be good with half of the things. That will be okay for the exam. है ना? अभी हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम रिसर्च का तो नहीं है, बट आई विल रिकमेंड कि एटलीस्ट हमें टॉपिक्स की क्लैरिटी बहुत ज़रूरी है. अदरवाइज विल नॉट बी एबल टू सॉल्व इवन द इजीएस्ट क्वेश्चन इन द एग्जाम. यस मैन, दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. सिंपल फार्मूला होता है. दिस इज सिंपली द केस विच वी हैव अंडरस्टूड इन द प्रीवियस पर्टिकुलर. दैट्स इट इज kid 1, kid 2, kid 3, and there are balls. How many different chocolates? 8 chocolates. I can make cases also. I can solve questions. I mean, I can say that kids are going to get different variety of chocolates. I can make cases. Let's say 6-1-1 लिख लिया मैंने, है ना, और 5-2-1 लिख लिया मैंने, और क्या लिख सकता हूँ मैं, 4 लिख सकता हूँ, 4-3-1 चलेगा, 4-2-2 चलेगा. And now we know that this is going to be a huge explanation of this question. So this is not the ideal way of solving such question, है ना. This is not the ideal way of solving such questions. Not a good idea. क्योंकि बहुत सारे cases बन रहे हैं. We'll keep on making cases. और भी cases बनेंगे अभी. So what I'm supposed to do in this case, what I'm supposed to do? Total number of kids are how many? 3. There is a formula for it. When different items distributed among 3 different kids or any number of different kids. Fine. So let's say there are n kids and r different items. So what is the formula for this? n raised to power r minus nc1 n minus 1 raised to the power r nc2 n minus 2 raised to power r nc3. ये लुक देखने में बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स लगता है बट बहुत सिंपल सा फॉर्मूला है एंड सो ऑन. कब तक करते रहेंगे? वंस यू राइट इट विल फिगर इट आउट. जब तक मन लगा रहेगा तब तक नहीं. वी हैव टू हैव सम लिमिटेड. ऑब्वियसली खत्म हो जाएगा, एन का वैल्यू छोटा है. दैट इज 3 रेज टू पावर 8 माइनस 3c1 3 minus 1 raised to the power 8 plus 3c2 3 minus 2 raised to the power 8. In the moment I write 3c3 3 minus 3 power 8, this will automatically become 0. And once it is 0, I don't have to write anything. That is the total number of ways I can do it. Okay? This is just a formula which we need to know. It's a very important one. This formula is used to calculate onto functions also. Fine. एक सेट से एक सेट B में एलिमेंट कितने फंक्शंस बनेंगे so that none of the elements of set B or codomain is empty. This is domain. This is codomain. The formula for onto functions. The number of onto functions. Yes or no? But I am telling you the generic method. I am not going to do any sort of research in it because this is something which we need to know. ये बहुत important formula है. काफ़ी जगह इस्तेमाल होता है. When I don't want to distribute in a fashion where the blank box is there. Something like this. वहाँ पर इस्तेमाल होगा. Yes. So we can count it. This is 3 raised to power 8 is 6561. 3c1 is 3 and 2 raised to power is 256. And 3c2 is 3. So I'll get 6564 minus 2768. So answer is going to be 5796. This is what my answer is. Okay. I have deliberately taken a big number 8 so that if you may try to make cases, you'll figure it out कि यार केस बनाने के अलावा भी हमें कुछ पता होना चाहिए क्योंकि केस बनाओगे अगर आप इसमें तो काफ़ी सारे केसेस बनेंगे. K1, K2, K3 and so on. The boxes are different and kids are different and obviously kids are different and the balls which I have or the chocolates which I have also different. The number of cases we can keep on making like this. बहुत सारे केस बनेंगे. फिर इसमें grouping and distribution लगाया जाएगा which is again going to be a little complex. And then we have to solve each and every possible combination. Then we have to add all these combinations. It's a huge solution for this particular method. ये हमें नहीं करना है. It's a big no. Do we agree with this? Tell me, am I right or not? Chalo, good. Thank you, Adil. Anybody else with any other doubt, please reply. Then it's okay. Shall we move ahead? Fine. Yes, this will give you the actual picture of what we need to know about this distribution box and balls. Read the question carefully. It's not an easy question, not a straightforward one. If you get the answer too quickly, chances are you'll be getting the wrong answer. This happens with the question. You cannot read the question under the impression of the question which you have already solved. Okay, be a little careful about it. Pritam, that happens only when the objects which I am distributing are identical. We are not reaching there as of now. We are distributing different items among identical rooms, box, people तो identical नहीं हो सकते, bags and everything. n plus r minus 1 से नहीं होगा बेटा ये. क्यों होगा n प्लस r माइनस 1 से? आइडेंटिकल आइटम्स थोड़ी है जो हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं. देयर आर 7 डिफरेंट आइटम्स एंड आई एम डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग 3 आइडेंटिकल बॉक्सेस. Not possible. 7 different items को 3 identical boxes में distribute करना is not possible. Is it not possible to solve for me or not possible to solve? Okay, Adil. Very good. Man, let's see. Very good. Anmol, let's see. Not a problem. We can solve this. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, सच आराम से हो जाएगा सॉल्व. Not a problem, Sanjay. Not a problem. Not a problem. चलो देखते हैं. Basically, this is the application of the formula we just learned. Okay, so there can be a case. Let's say boxes तो identical हैं. So when no box is empty, one box is empty. Yes, and 2 boxes are empty. Doing this, or I can make cases that we did in the previous question, वो भी बता दूंगा, पहले इसको देख लेते हैं. This is something which we need to learn. That's what the objective of this question is. When the no box is empty, that means all the 3 boxes will have some balls. So that is 3 raised to power 7 minus 3c1, 3 minus 1 raised to the power 7 plus 3c2, 3 minus 2 raised to the power 7. Fine. And divided by 3 factorial. Why am I dividing by 3 factorial? Can you understand this? Why am I dividing by 3 factorial? No, same number of books is not there, beta. Yes, because of identical cases. That means if I say 1, 4 and 2 and 1, 2 and 4 and 2, 4, 1 and 2, 1, 4 and let's say 4, 2, 1 and 4, 1, 2. All these cases should be counted exactly once because order of the group making is not important here. So every group which is having 3 different numbers should be dealt with 3 factorial ways when the box are different or the bags are different. But there is no bag which is different, so I'll divide it by 3 factorial. Do you agree with this? Itesh, it's a formula we just discussed here. This is the formula we are using. N raised to power r, nc1, n minus 1 raised to the power r, nc2, n minus 2 raised to the power r. इसका formula का headed been a class. I would have explained कि कहाँ से आया formula, but as of now बेटा ये formula आपको learn करना पड़ेगा. Fine, because formula यहाँ पर अगर मैं explain करूँगा तो पूरा class इसी formula का explain करने में चला जाएगा, है ना? Okay. Now in this case, I have only 2 boxes to fill. One of the boxes is empty. So same case is going to happen. 2 raised to the power 7 minus 2c1, 2 minus 1 raised to the power 7 plus I do not write anything because 2C2 लिखेंगे, 2 minus 2 लिखेंगे, वो खत्म हो जाएगा. Divide by. Now अब we have to understand that I am distributing these balls into two boxes. Let me say that there are 7 balls, 4 3 and 3 4. This is one the same thing. So these are 2 factorial cases, but I have to count one case because bags are identical. So divide by 2 factorial. If I say 6 1 and 1 6, they are not different cases because bags are identical. So again I divide by 2 factorial. है ना? अच्छा, I don't have to select the bag which is empty because bags are identical. Otherwise bags different होते तो हम सोचते हैं कि कौन सा bag खाली होगा. There is no way of selecting the correct bag because I am not going to select the correct bag because any bag can be empty. All the bags are identical. Understood? Fine. And last is what? 7 0 0 0 7 0 and 0 0 7. How many cases are there? For the last case, how many cases are there? Please answer, guys. When 2 boxes are empty, how many cases are there? Absolutely 1. बिल्कुल 3 नहीं होंगे cases because जो bags हैं वो identical हैं. Yes, that's what we have to understand. If you try to solve this, it's going to be 3 raised to power 7 minus 3C1. 3 raised to power 7 is 2187. 3C1 is 3. 2 raised to power 7 128 into 3 is 384 plus 3 divide by 6. So this is going to be 1 8 0 6 divide by 6. So that is going to be 301. एक बार calculation check कर लेना. I am doing it slightly quickly, so please. This is 128. Fine. Minus 2 divide by 2. So this will come out 63. And this is 1. So my answer is 301 plus 63 plus 1. That will make it 365. Now, please understand, if I had to solve this question, I will directly write the numbers. It's nothing to explain here because I had to explain obviously, but if you have to solve on your own, you don't have to explain it to anybody. You can make cases also. Cases का मतलब क्या है? There are 3, मतलब 700, fine. 610, fine. 520, fine. 430, fine. This is 1 box empty. This is 2 box empty. This is 1 box empty. That is the lone possibility. Now 0 box empty, I have to make cases. When 0 box is empty, so it's going to be 511. Fine. I can say 421. And you can understand it's going to be very tedious to make cases and figuring out the grouping and distribution way. It's going to be very lengthy. Yes or no? Point taken? So this is not going to be the case. Divya, thank you. But in this case, if I look at the number of cases, we can keep on making cases like this, and we have to make selection and grouping and distribution obviously नहीं करना है because जो bags हैं वो identical हैं. For an example, if I write it like this, मान लो ये बनाते हैं, तो how do I do it? 7C5 into 2C1 into 1C1, groups are having same size 2. I will not multiply it by 3 factorial because why? Because bags are identical. So grouping करना है इसमें मुझे सिर्फ, distribution of groups is not there because bags are identical. Yes? Fine. Adil, I'm not getting it. Beta, what do you want to say? Please explain it. Is that okay, all of you? Okay. Chalo. Shall I move ahead? कर सकते हैं, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. बट अगेन अदर प्रॉब्लम इज दिस, वी हैव लिमिटेड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम. बेटा 1 घंटा हमारे पास, सिर्फ 10 मिनट के आसपास. उसमें हम क्या डिस्कस कर सकते हैं? जो चीज़ें बहुत ही जेनरिक एप्लीकेशन है, मतलब आप बहुत सारी जगह इनका एप्लीकेशन कर सकते हो. दैट्स व्हाट आई वांटेड टू डिस्कस. देयर आर शॉर्टकट्स इन डिफरेंट वेराइटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, बट दैट कैन बी डन. उसके लिए करीब 4-5 क्लास का टाइम चाहिए. हैड इट बीन द रेगुलर क्लास, आई वुड हैव डिस्कस एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल. Fine, I would have done the postmortem from every question, from all the sides. But right now we cannot do this because we have to understand the limitation of the class. The formula which I just told you, I wanted to let you know the application of it and the variation of it. Why we are dividing it by 3 factorial, why we are dividing by 2 factorial. Fine, that's what the idea of this question is. Okay, you have to understand the question which they are in exam are not going to be huge in nature. Okay, they have to be little tricky. The way we did the first question, ये वाला जो क्वेश्चन था, ये बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है. कैन बी आस्क्ड इन एग्जाम. ओके, ज़्यादा नंबर भी नहीं है एंड कैन बी सॉल्व. दिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. यस, नमन, चॉकलेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन तब होता है जब चीज़ें आइडेंटिकल होती हैं. जो चीज़ डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं वो आइडेंटिकल होनी चाहिए, तब चॉकलेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर सकते हैं. देयर आर डिफरेंट बुक्स. सो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में अगर आइडेंटिकल चॉकलेट्स बांटते हैं तो होल और नेचुरल सॉल्यूशन तब निकलते हैं जब ये डिफरेंट की जगह आइडेंटिकल होता. ओके, बट दिस इज डिफरेंट, सो आई कैन नॉट कैलकुलेट होल सॉल्यूशन और नेचुरल सॉल्यूशन. वी कैलकुलेट होल सॉल्यूशंस एंड नंबर ऑफ नेचुरल सॉल्यूशंस ओनली व्हेन द थिंग्स आर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. जो चीज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं इनफैक्ट दे आर आइडेंटिकल. ओके, good. Let's see the next question, question number 4. Let's see how many of you can answer this question. Naman, this is the question which you just asked. यस, 150 रुपीज़ है. 2 रुपी का नोट, 5 रुपी का नोट एंड 10 रुपी का नोट यूज़ करना है. वी वांट टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट 150 रुपीज़ एंड बेसिकली विल पे करना है इन्हीं नोट्स की डिनोमिनेशंस को इस्तेमाल करके. ज़रूरी नहीं आप 2 रुपीज़ नोट इस्तेमाल करो, 5 रुपी नोट इस्तेमाल करो, 10 रुपी नोट इस्तेमाल करो. यू कैन डिस्ट्रीब्यूट ईदर विच वे यू वांट. यू कैन पे द एंटायर अमाउंट बाय यूजिंग 10 रुपी नोट ऑल्सो, है ना. You can do whatever you want. You can make cases, you can write all the denominations, all the possible cases and count it. But थोड़ा अगर हम सोचेंगे तो it's a 1 line question, maximum 2 lines. ओके आदित्य, देखते हैं बेटा. यस, yes, tell me what is the answer. 136, 141. I will try as frequently as possible, Divay. देखें चलो. I got few answers. Jatin needs to pay rupees 150 for his dinner. He has an unutilized unlimited supply. No, I'm sorry, unlimited supply of rupees 2, 5 and 10 rupee notes. How many ways he can pay the note? मतलब unlimited का मतलब क्या होता है? He can pay the entire amount with rupee 10 note, rupee 2 note only. 75 notes दे देगा 2 रुपये के, bill उसका pay हो जाएगा, है ना? That's what it is. So if I say that A notes 2 रुपये के हैं and B notes is of 5 rupees and C notes of rupees 10. So what is the amount? 2A, yes or no? 5B and 10C is equal to 150. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. This is the first thing we need to do. Yes? 2 rupees ka A notes, 5 rupees ka B notes, 10 rupees ka C notes, that is 150 rupees he has to pay. Now, either he can make cases here, or you have to understand that look at the right hand side number, it's a multiple of 2. This is a multiple of 2. This is a multiple of 2. This has to be a multiple of 2. Similarly, if you look at the right hand side, this is a multiple of 10. This is a multiple of 10. Fine. But this is not a multiple of 10 and this is not a multiple of 10. So rather than making multiple of 10, I'll look for the different case, multiple of 5. This is a multiple of 5. 10 का तो ले 2 का ले चुके तो 10 का लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is a multiple of 5. This is a multiple of 5. This has to be a multiple of 5. Essentially I can write A to B. Let's say A जो है वो 5 का multiple लिख लिया मैंने. That is A is 5x. है ना? B is 2y and there is not a problem with C, that is 150. So that is 10x plus 10y plus 10c is 150. So that will be x plus y plus c is equal to 15. Fine. नमन यहाँ पर हम अब वो कर सकते हैं जो आप चाहते हो. Fine. I can say x, y or c, anything can be 0. Fine. X by c, anything can be 0. Do you agree with this? What is saying that अगर आप 2 रुपए के से पेमेंट करोगे तो 75 नोट्स आपको चाहिए, which is a multiple of 5. Yes. अगर आप 5 रुपये से पे करोगे, which is 30 notes, that is a multiple of 2. Fine. So that's what we have to keep in mind. Fine. So x, y, z is 15. Now 15, what kind of solution I'm looking for? Whole solution, because x can be 0, y can be 0, c can be 15. 0, 0, 15, perfectly alright? Yes or no? 14, 1, 0, perfectly alright? That means we are looking for whole solutions. Now what is whole solution? N is the number of items, R is the number of elements. So what is the whole solution का मतलब? 0 can be a solution of this equation. 0 भी हो सकता है, 1 भी हो सकता है. So how do we solve it? N plus R minus 1. C R minus 1. That is again the formula for whole solution of an equation. So that is 15 plus 3 minus 1 C 3 minus 1. That is 17 C2. So what is 17 C2? 17 into 16 divided by 1 into 2. 17 into 8, that will come out to be 136. Okay, Adil? Do you have any problem with this? It's an application based question which you guys probably already know. How to calculate whole solution, how to calculate natural solutions of an equation. But here was something extra. I had to make sure that the numbers are multiple of, I mean, if you are going to pay with only 2 rupees notes, it's going to be a multiple of 5. If you are going to pay only with 5 rupee notes, it's going to be a multiple of 2, because rupees 10 is a multiple of 2 and multiple of 5 as well. Fine. So this is the kind of question जो हम expect कर सकते हैं एग्जाम में, है ना. बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन इस टॉपिक से नहीं आने वाला है. डोंट आस्क बिकॉज एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट है. I mean, I can make questions. You also have seen probably questions which are huge in nature, but these questions cannot be asked in exam because time limited बहुत है वहाँ पर. बहुत ज़्यादा time नहीं होता है. If I'm not able to solve a question within, before 6-7 minutes by making cases, we have to make so many cases. They are not going to ask these questions. Practically वो मतलब एप्टीट्यूड इसका फ्लेवर नहीं है. वो एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट में क्वेश्चंस वही पूछे जा सकते हैं जो आप थोड़ा जल्दी सॉल्व कर पाओ. Yes or no? So this question number 4. Shall I move ahead now? Is that okay, all of you? Please reply. Is it okay? Chalo, good. Let's see the next question then. Question number 5. Again, a very, very simple but application based question. You'll probably get an idea. In how many ways can Gaurav distribute at most 10 identical chocolates among 4 kids P, Q, R and S such that P gets at least 1 chocolate? Such that P gets at least 1 chocolate. Again, the kind of question we have done, उसका application ही है, nothing complex about it, but it will take some time to solve. Just think about it. PNC में सबसे बड़ी problem क्या है कि हम बहुत जल्दी कंक्लूजन जंप कर लेंगे, जैसे तो गलत हो जाएगा क्वेश्चन. LRDI में जैसा हो जाता है इन मेनी केसेस. You don't have to jump to the conclusion very soon. You just have to solve the question in a fashion जहाँ पर हमें क्लैरिटी बनी रहे कि क्या हो रहा है. ओके ओके अरुण, देखते हैं बेटा. ओके बेटा एटमोस्ट 10 बोला है, एग्जैक्टली 10 नहीं बोला है. यस इतेश, व्हाट इज द डाउट? Anmol, at most 10, maximum 10, not exactly 10. At most 10, need not to distribute 10. None of the question is probability, beta. All of them are distribution question. None of them question is probability. You can generate this question in terms of probability, but these questions are not probability based questions. These are purely the questions of distributions. Yes. Okay. 14C4. Okay, let me check. Yes, Anmol. Absolutely correct, beta. बहुत बढ़िया. You have corrected the mistakes. That is much more important than getting stuck with things. Right? Very good. Anybody else? In how many ways can Gaurav distribute at most 10 identical chocolates among 4 kids P, Q, R and S such that P gets at least 1 chocolate? Okay, Adil, it's a shortcut which you are using, not a problem, very good. Okay, fine, now the answer is correct. Yes, we can do without making cases, Shinaz, that's why I have chosen this question. That's what the idea of this class, we have to clear all the concepts. It's not a big question, this can be asked any day in CAT, fine. But only 1% or 2% people will be able to solve, only those people who have the clarity of the concept. So what is the question, and how many ways can Gaurav distribute at most 10 identical chocolates among 4 kids P, Q, R, S? I'll take an analogy, probably you'll understand better. P, Q, R, S less than or equal to 10. We can distribute 10. First and the foremost thing is, P should get at least 1 chocolate. So I am left with at most 9 chocolate to distribute. Yes or no? Oh, then it's not correct, beta. 220 is not correct. Okay? I'm left with at most 9 chocolate to distribute. Now let's understand. We have seen this in our households. If we are getting, let's say, 9 or 10 chocolates, we are not going to get all the chocolates in one go. There is a box in the house which is going to store the remaining chocolates after distributing some number of chocolates among the kids. Am I right? तो आप 15-20 चॉकलेट लेकर आए, 10 चॉकलेट लेकर आए, आपने एक बच्चे को एक चॉकलेट दे दी, बची चॉकलेट आपको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करनी है नहीं करनी है, दैट इज कंप्लीटली योर चॉइस. सो अगर चॉकलेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं करोगे तो एक खाली बॉक्स होगा जिसमें चॉकलेट स्टोर की जाती हैं. ऐसा होता है? Am I right? So I'm assuming an arbitrary variable P, Q, R, and S. They are waiting for their turn. P got the chocolate, he's happy. And I have a small box K in which I can put the chocolates जब मैं distribute ही नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. तो अगर understand the analogy, if I put all the chocolates into box K, how many chocolates I'm distributing here? 0, which is perfectly alright. The only necessity was that I have to give 1 chocolate to first person, which is P. Now if I put 7 chocolates here, I am going to distribute 2 chocolates. Yes or no? If I put 5 chocolates here, I am going to distribute 4 chocolates here. 4 more. I have already distributed 1. And if I am going to put 0 chocolate in the box, that means I am being liberal. I am distributing all the 9 chocolates, remaining 9 chocolates among the kids. Point taken? So correspondingly, I don't have to distribute the chocolates in a fashion जहाँ पर मुझे कंपलसरी है चॉकलेट बांटना. इट्स नॉट कंपलसरी. आई कैन डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द रिमेनिंग चॉकलेट्स इफ आई वांट. आई डोंट वांट टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द रिमेनिंग चॉकलेट्स. I will not. So in this case, if I'm not distributing remaining chocolates, I'm keeping all the chocolates in the empty box, which is K. In this case, I'm distributing 4 chocolates. That means I'm holding up how many chocolates? 5 chocolates, something like this. Is that okay, all of you? Please reply yes or no promptly. That's what we do in such cases. Now, क्या ज़रूरी है that P will not get any more chocolates? P can get chocolates. Not a problem. एक चॉकलेट कम से कम मिलनी चाहिए. तो उसको बची मान लो ये सारी 2 चॉकलेट है. सारी की सारी 2 चॉकलेट में जो और बांट रहा हूँ वो सारी की सारी P को दे सकता हूँ. हो सकता है the remaining 2 chocolates which I am distributing are given to Q. हो सकता है I am giving 1 chocolate to Q, 1 chocolate to R. हो सकता है I am giving P 1 chocolate to P, 1 chocolate to R. That's what we can do. Yes. So over and above this, what kind of solution I'm looking for? Whole solution. Whole solution of the equation. Now what is whole solution? I just told you 9 plus 5 minus 1, C 5 minus 1, that will come out 14 C4. 13 C4, I'm sorry, 13 C4. Yes, 13 C4 is 13 into 12 into 11 into 10 divided by 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. 12 is cancelled. This is 5. So that is 65 into 11. That is 750. I do not prefer answer in terms of C. I'll tell you why. Because in exam, in all probabilities, if the question is of P and C, you'll be getting absolute integer options, or you'll be getting theta type question. Either which way, NCR NPI type का question का answer नहीं होता. I have done बेटा all the cases. दो extreme case में नहीं होगी. 9 distribute करना जरूरी नहीं है. आप दो extreme case की बात नहीं कर रहा. I'm taking one of the extreme cases and I'm reaching to other extreme case. बीच के सारे case possible हैं. Fine. इसमें बहुत सारे केस मैंने यहाँ से यहाँ तक लिखे नहीं है, सारे लिखने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. ये भी पॉसिबल है, ये भी पॉसिबल है. बोथ देम आर इक्वली पॉसिबल. आई एम नॉट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग एनी चॉकलेट फ्रॉम द रिमेनिंग 9 and distributing 0 chocolates after giving 1 to P, and I am holding up 0 chocolate and distributing all the 9 chocolates. इनके बीच के सारे केसेस पॉसिबल, all of them are feasible. बेटा look at the number of variables I have this in equation. ये बॉक्स है ना मेरे पास एक, इसमें अगर मैं चॉकलेट रख रहा हूँ remaining 9, if I am putting 9 chocolates into it, that has to be taken into consideration. So there are 5 variables, that's why R is 5. I want to distribute the remaining 9 chocolates among P, Q, R, S and K so that any box can hold up any chocolates. If I give the 9 chocolates to this one, these are going to get 0 chocolates. And if I am giving 8 chocolates to this one, these people will get 1 chocolate. That's how it is going to be. If I give 0 chocolate to the K box, which is I bought to store the item, so I am going to distribute 9 chocolates here. Okay. इस केस में फर्स्ट वाले केस में यहाँ पर कितनी चॉकलेट बाजी? 0, यहाँ पर 1 और यहाँ पर 9. So that can be a possibility. Yes. Shall I move ahead? Are you okay with this question? Very good. Perfectly all right. Let's solve one more question. This is limiting factor. Limiting matlab, just read the question, you'll get the idea. In how many ways can Saurav distribute 15 identical cakes among Aman, Babu, Chetan and Deepak? Basically ABCD, such that Aman gets at most 3, Babu gets at most 4, Chetan gets at most 5 and Deepak gets at most 8. Okay. You probably have done this kind of a question in class as well. You probably have done this kind of question in practice also. Yes, this is upper limit we have to take care of in this case. What do you mean by upper limit? Upper limit in the sense that I cannot give anybody the limited amount of cakes. That means Aman will not get more than 3 cakes in any case. Okay, so वो हमें limit करना पड़ेगा. And how do I limit it? That's what the idea is. Just try and get the answer of this question. Let's see how we can approach it. Anybody with the answer? Okay, Ajay. Okay, Surya. Manish, just एक बार दोबारा चेक करना आंसर. आदिल, अनमोल, रितिका, आयुष, आयशा, बेटा आंसर करो एक बार. Okay, take your time. Okay, just let me check. Okay, how do we just for an example, A plus B plus C, if I write it equation like this, A plus B plus C plus D, and how many identical cakes do I have? 15 cakes. Okay, and if I get whole solution of it, maximum 3 दे सकते हैं, तो हो सकता है 0 दे दें. So if I take whole solution of it, what is going to happen? 15 plus 4 minus 1 C4 minus 1, that is 18 C3. Do you agree with this? But that is obviously incorrect. How come it is incorrect? In this case, there is a possibility that Deepak got, let's say, 10 cakes, and this person got, let's say, 6 cakes, and this got not 6 cakes, 16 tiny, 10 cake, this got 2 cake, this got 2 cake, and this got 1 cake. ये तो possible ही नहीं है, because Deepak should not get more than 10 cakes. This case is not valid. That's why I cannot directly calculate whole solution. So how do I limit the distribution as per the requirement of the question? I'll say the upper limit which A can get is 3. So let's say A got 3 minus A cakes. B got 4 minus B cakes. C got 5 minus C cakes. And D got 8 minus D cakes. And the total number of cakes distributed are 15. Okay, that's what we have. Now, what is going to happen if you simplify this equation? I'll explain why we are writing it like this. This is A plus B plus C plus D, udhar jayega. So ho jayega A plus B बेटा वही लिखा हुआ है मैंने, दीपक कैन नॉट गेट 8 केक्स, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज द इनवैलिड केस. ये नहीं लिख सकते हम, इसलिए डायरेक्टली होल सॉल्यूशन निकालना गलत है. दैट्स व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू. ओके, A प्लस B प्लस C प्लस D, that is 5 4 plus 3 7 plus 5 12 plus 20 minus 15 is 5. Okay, now if I look at this case, let's say example के तौर पे, if I say this is 0 and this is 2 and this is 1 and this is 2 again. So in this case, this is not the cakes A, B, C, D are getting. This is the cakes A, B, C, D are not getting basically. So if small b is 2, how many cakes B must be getting? In this situation, in this particular cake, if I write the case A, B, C, D, if I put A into this equation 0, A will get 3 cakes. If I put 2, 0, if I put 1 here, this is 4, and if I put 2 here, this is 6. This is perfectly alright. Yes or no? So what I am doing, I am limiting the factor or limiting the number of cakes everybody is getting by subtracting the cakes they are not getting from the maximum number of cakes that they can get. Every solution of this equation is perfectly alright. Every solution. I'll take one more case. Let's say this is 0. This is 0. This is 0. This is 0. Chalega? Is it okay or not? हाँ वही तो हटाना पड़ेगा, इसमें केसेस हटाने पड़ेंगे. We have to subtract several cases in this. Yes or no? Yes, Adil, that's perfect. So if I take whole solution of this equation, that is going to be what? 5 plus 4, 9, minus 1, 8, C3. And what are the cases I need to subtract? A cannot be 5 or 4. Yes or no? Yes. If A is 5 and 4, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. B, अगर A 5 4 हो गया तो B नहीं होगा फिर. B cannot be 5. Yes. So these are the cases I need to subtract. Do you agree with this? So if A is 5, if A is 5, this is the case, A is 5. What are the cases in which A is going to be 5? How many cases in which A is going to be 5? Tell me. Adil, tell me, in how many cases A is going to be 5? Only one case. Because the rest of the values are going to be 0. In how many cases A is going to be 4? I am going to subtract those cases, बेटा. अगर A को 5 दे दूंगा तो बाकी सब 0 हो जाएंगे. वो एक ही केस होगा. A is 4. In how many ways A can be 4? 3 cases. Absolutely correct. Now B. In how many cases B will be? How many cases B will be 5? One. So how many cases in total we need to subtract? How many cases in total we need to subtract? 5 cases. Absolutely correct. Fine. हाँ तो क्वेश्चन बहुत सीधा नहीं है. क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा मतलब 1 plus 3 plus 1. These are the cases I am going to eliminate from the arrangement. So what is my answer in this case? Tell me. 51. ओके कोई डुप्लीकेट तो नहीं है केस. कोई भी केस डुप्लीकेट नहीं है. एवरीथिंग इज डिफरेंट. Yes or no? There is no case which is duplicate. Every case is independent. Yes. Had it been a duplicate case, तो और problem होती. I have taken a number which is not going to give us duplicate cases. We can easily subtract by making cases for A 5 और 4 नहीं हो सकता. B का value upper limit 5 नहीं हो सकता. If you drive it directly, this is absolutely incorrect. ये तो करना ही नहीं है. ये तो आप कर ही नहीं सकते. Yes? चलो. This will be it for the day, guys. We'll be doing some 6A, 6, 7 questions tomorrow as well. I'll include circular arrangement, circular distribution also. Fine. Probably I'll give you a very good insight of it. Fine. I have a unique way of solving circular arrangement वाला question. So probably that will give you a better idea. Fine. इसको थोड़ा कंटिन्यू करेंगे. 2-3 और क्वेश्चन इस पर करेंगे अच्छे जो और भी वेराइटी के. Then we'll go for circular arrangement and then we'll conclude this. Okay. Rest of the distribution all of us know. I mean जो नॉर्मल पीएनसी के क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, वी नो हाउ टू अप्रोच, वी नो हाउ टू मेक केसेस एंड स्टफ. उसमें वैरायटी की कभी कोई कमी नहीं है. देयर इज इन्फिनिट वैरायटी. इसमें कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी के नाम पे सिर्फ यही सिखाया जा सकता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड सर्कुलर अरेंजमेंट, बिकॉज दीज आर द कंसेप्ट विच आर slightly different from the normal PNC questions. They are over and above PNC questions. Okay, chalo. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. प्रीतम माइंडसेट है बेटा, मैं कई बार बोल चुका हूँ, वंस यू थिंक दैट इट्स डिफिकल्ट इट विल सीम डिफिकल्ट ऑल द टाइम. फाइन, वो हमारा ह्यूमन नेचर है, साइकोलॉजी है कि अगर आप किसी भी चीज़ को मान के चलते इट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स, दैट विल बी इवन मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स व्हेन यू ट्राई टू गेट द आंसर ऑफ इट.